Greetings, everyone. This is Gideon coming to you from Great Central Sun. So much is happening in your world at this time. So much is happening within each one of you. And for many of you, you are unaware of what exactly is going on within. Some of you are feeling kind of lost. Some of you are wondering about the pathway ahead. Some of you are trying to figure out what pathway you should be taking. For some of you, you have this sense or this feeling that perhaps Spirit has left you behind. Perhaps you are feeling a little lost because your guides aren't as active as they normally are, or they're not speaking to you as much, or whatever the case may be. And I wanted to address this week for a very simple reason, because what you need to understand is there is nothing wrong with you. As I said, there is a great deal happening on this planet and around this planet as we speak. Now, it is not my job, shall we say, to give you intergalactic updates, and so I'm not going to go there. But suffice it to say, there's lots of activity on my side of the veil, and a lot of them are very, very busy at this time, dealing with a great many things. And because of this, some beings are not around in the moment as they normally would be. And for some of your guides, now please understand, some of you have what we would term normal guides. These are simply beings who have chosen to be a guide for you, to assist you on your journey, on your pathway in this incarnation. And then you have your other guides, and your other guides are actually your true family from home, or they are people who you would classify as friends or colleagues from home. And so each starseed has a mixture of the two, but generally at this particular time, the majority of your guides are generally from home or people that you know from the other side, more than just your everyday guide type people or individuals. I don't like calling them beings because I'm not a being. My name is Gideon, and I am every much as physical as you are, only I reside in the fifth dimension instead of the third dimensional reality. So for many of you, you are feeling this sense of despair, this sense of loss, this sense of not sure what direction to be going in, things like this. And of course, you have those coming through going, listen to your heart and guidance and follow your discernment and stuff. And that is valid and that is true. But you also need to understand that what you are doing in this moment, because this is the information that you actually have been asking for, because you have been asking, what is going on? Why am I feeling this way? Why do I go to bed at night and I sleep all night long, and yet I awaken and I feel tired? I feel sore in my body. I feel like I've been in a battle, or I feel like I've been so busy, that it's like I need to rest, even though I've just slept for 8 hours or 9 hours or whatever the case may be. Or some of you may be having difficulty in going to sleep. Why would that be? Perhaps it's because you know that there are so many things happening on the other side that there's a little bit of a fear within some of you going, if I go to sleep, will I come back? Now you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, well, Gideon, that sounds kind of serious. That sounds kind of intense. And it is. You see, there is a plan in place, shall we say, that's been in place for a long, long time. Because those of us on this side of the veil knew what would come. And you might ask yourself, how would you know what was going to come? Because what is occurring right now occurred at this same juncture, this same point in the last project this was tried in. This grand cycle of complete free will choice to instigate, if you will, to activate, if you will, the evolutionary process of the entire universe. And it was after that unsuccessful project that we decided to do something differently. And there are those beings, let us just say, they didn't let us down. They did what they did before, because before it worked. Only this time, truth be told, we were ready for them. So then you have to look at this. You have to ask yourself certain questions. Al Sharon talked to you about the age of choice and the age of awakening and the age of awareness. We've also talked to you about the gateway of choice. Al Sharon brought that to your realization, to your awareness, did the activation. I came in and explained to you exactly what the gateway of choice was all about. And so we are now at this point. So let me put a few of the dots together for you. On this planet, there is a great conflict underway. On one side, they are trying to prevent this world successfully completing. One of our advantages, to be honest, is they don't understand or realize they can't stop this project from being successful because it's gone too far now. One of the things that we did differently this time. And then on top of that, we put together a great team. And this team is counteracting with those who are trying to prevent this from happening. They are counteracting them. So then you have to ask yourself a question. Think about this for a moment. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, star seeds all. Think about this very clearly. Okay? Did all of these star seeds need to awaken? When at the end of this grand cycle, or at the end of this current incarnation, 92.7% of all the star seeds who have been here throughout this entire grand cycle are going home. It was necessary. Why? You have those individuals out there like this one. He's a teacher and channeler and healer and so on and so on. Who does he do this for? Other starseeds. That is why you have the different people out there doing healings, doing readings, doing things like this. It's not for the native human population. It is for the starseeds. And why do you have so many? Because so many starseeds have awakened. And this is because that all of you starseeds, when you awaken, you automatically raise your vibrational frequency within. And the more you awaken, the higher your vibrational frequency increases. And now you walk through the gateway of choice. And if you'll go back and you'll remember the story about Mark and the lodge. When Mark got to the gate, he waited. Because Mark knew that when he walked through the gate, everything was going to change. And then Mark walked through the gate. Now, if you look at the ground, the pathway leading up to the gate and the pathway on the other side of the gate, technically, if you're looking at it, you would go, it is the same path. But on the other side of the gate, everything changes. So this team of light is fighting a conflict, a war, if you will, behind the scenes. And all you starseeds out there are going, why do I feel lost? Why do I feel confused? Why do I feel like nothing is making sense? I don't understand what direction I need to go in. It is because all of you starseeds who have been awakening is contributing your energy to completely having this conflict resolved successfully. You see, if those on the one side who are of darkness, if they succeed, it is true, this planet will still go into the age of awareness. It is true that 92.7% of all starseeds who have been here throughout this grand cycle will still go home at the completion of this current incarnation. But the amount of time it will take to reach the age of awareness will be much, much, much longer. And it can have an effect of delaying the eventual ascension as well. Do not get me wrong, that is still going to happen. Right now, what is most important is a few things. Number one, no matter what happens, no matter what is happening, and this includes your, coronavirus, do not move into fear. Do not move into trepidation. And good luck on finding toilet paper. So funny. Number two, stop judging yourself. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop thinking that you have to do this or you have to do that. All you have to do is follow your heart and your discernment. See, what you have to understand is this. You get into this incarnation, you get to a particular juncture, a particular point, and you have a serious realization. And the realization that you have is your incarnation that you are currently living in is finite. You are mortal. But in truth, what is mortal is your physical body. You are eternal. At some point, your physical body will die, and you will cross over into the other side, into the near realms, and you will realize that everything is fine, that you do not need to worry, that you do not need to be concerned. You need to look after yourself properly before you go to bed. You ask your guides, because even those that are very busy, you still have plenty of guides around you. You tell them you will do whatever you need to do while your physical body sleeps, but that it is important that your physical body gets all the rest it needs. They will assist you with that. You need to look after yourself. Just because this is going on does not mean everything has shut down or stopped. You are still moving forward. You are still being a living example. This is important to remember. This is important to be mindful of. You have protectors who are here on this planet, as well as on the other side, doing everything they can to ensure that each one of you is protected, looked after, and taken care of. And you have no idea who they are or what they are doing. But I have been here. I have been watching this unfold. I have been watching what they've been doing. They are providing great assistance to each of you. Why? Because each of you is in truth that important. But you have to look after yourself. If you feel off, you feel as though you need a healing, get a healing. You're looking for guidance, get some guidance. Do what you need to do. Do not stop living your life. Do not stop doing the things that you need to do. I'm giving you this information for a very simple reason. So many of you have been asking for this insight, for this information, to understand what is happening. This has to happen now, because in a short amount of time, in my reality, in a short amount of time, you all are going to be going home. And the energy you carry is tremendous. Remember what we have said. So I am going to remind you in this moment. Each one of you has volunteered to be here in this incarnation at this time. Yes? I said this very thing in your framework last week. You volunteered to be here in this incarnation, and you were chosen. Your being here is not by mistake. If this is successful, you will leave this world moving completely into the age of awareness. Nothing has been left to chance, you see. You see, I know. We don't tell you everything. As much as you awaken, you can't access everything. I hear the complaints, I do. And no, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to worry about everything. We have to have something to do on this side of the veil. Please feel free to start typing in your questions. Be happy to answer questions. I enjoy answering questions. It is vitally important to remember. For you, you may be sitting there going, wow, this is amazing. But if you go deep within your soul, if you go deep within your heart, you'll go, makes total sense. We have left nothing to chance. Some of you think, why do I have to wait so long? Why does it take so long for things to happen? And that's because on our side of the veil, we take our time. No mistakes. Let me see if I can explain it to you in a way and in a manner that you can understand. If we make a mistake in what we are doing for this time frame on Earth, in this project, it will affect every native human on this planet. And it will affect almost every starseed on this planet. But more than that, it will end up having a profound effect in many different places in this universe. It will have an effect in every galaxy of this universe. And in your conscious mind, here, you don't realize how much life is actually out there. It is endless. But on the other side of the veil, you know, we aren't kidding, and we're not trying to prop you up when we tell you that you're the best of the best. You may think to yourself, well, I don't feel that, I don't see that. But here's what I can tell you. When you cross over from this incarnation, and someone like Jude, who assists the starseeds in their departure from this world, and he looks at you and he asks you the question, did you do what you went there to do in this incarnation? I can guarantee you that each one of you will be saying, yes, I did. This is important to remember. This isn't about Think of it this way. When this current incarnation finishes and you move back into your true body and you are awakened, more than likely you will be headed back home, back where you came from. You will think about this world, about the journey that you had on this world. But out of sight, out of mind. But I can tell you this as well. This is either dealt with here or will be dealt with elsewhere, one way or another. So now, I am going to take questions. Oh, thank you. Well, Teresa, I hope that I have answered that question for you on your sleep. And Lucy, what did your daughter see? Yes, there is a shift coming, a very powerful shift. Yes, you did, Teresa. So I'm going to go down. Thank you, young James. I'm glad to see someone notices that I have a sense of humor. I like to have a sense of humor. It's good. You shouldn't take things too overly seriously, that is for sure. Hal Kirby. You are asking about the medication that you're on and asking if it is doing more harm than good. And if so, is it safe to go off it with doctor's supervision? I cannot answer that question for you. The bottom line is this. You are in physical bodies. The physical bodies themselves on this planet are finite. They do and can break down. It is important to remember that you have to look after these physical bodies. So my suggestion to you, Hal, is very simple. This is something you should go and talk to your doctor about. Because I'm not going to advise you of something with regards to your physical body. That's very important. Kellyanne, with regards to the man in your life, he is a soulmate, but as far as the relationship goes, that is something you must ask your own heart. Bruce, how do you heal your body? The first thing you have to do is love yourself. You need to love who you are. When you begin to love who you are, you begin to take care of yourself in a manner that is more conducive to your physical body. There are certain issues with your physical body which are challenges that are more based on around your incarnation. But for the most part, a lot can be taken care of, but it has to start with loving yourself. Very important. Samantha, if some of us don't feel lost, should we get lost? No. But seriously, is there a particular reason why was this planned? Was it planned for individuals to feel lost? No, but it was planned for them to assist in what is occurring right now. Ask yourself this question. In order for this to complete, did so many starseed need to awaken? No. How many times has this planet moved in particular directions because of starseeds, but without them actually awakening to who they really were? All of this was planned. We do not take chances. Teresa, I told you were from M33, which is actually a galaxy, not a star system. With regards to your gifts, that will come soon. I would suggest that you focus more around your connection within. The connection within will enable you to access information that you will then be able to assist other people with. That is my suggestion with regards to the Thunderbird clan, Hopi and so far and so forth. You have a very strong connection to things like this because you have actually lived many lifetimes as Native American, including Hopi, Apache, Sioux, and different tribes. You are an energy bringer, if you will. You bring particular energies for different things, different peoples, different tribes, different areas on the planet. So Amanda, do I have any new clues or guidance for you? You have already received some new clues and you know that, but you just haven't recognized it yet. So I would suggest that you look again. However, I will say this much. Step out of your box and stay out of your box a little while, and then you'll begin to see things a little bit differently. Sherry Merritt, can I tell you what star system you are from? It is from this galaxy, but there is no name that I could give you. It is a long ways away from here. Hal, you do have some family that are also incarnated on the planet. They are not close friends of yours. They do not actually reside near you. The assistance that you actually give to each other normally happens when you sleep. So, Amy Swift, you don't know which way to go next, what course to take. The course you take is what resonates. Each individual needs to go within and make the determination of which pathway to walk down. The thing that you have to remember is this: do not limit yourself. So many people think, well, I'm spiritual, so I can only do spiritual work, or I should only do spiritual stuff. No. Everything you do, no matter what it is spiritual, because you are spiritual beings. My feeling is, however, that not too long ago someone mentioned something to you that I feel that you discounted rather quickly, and perhaps you should go back and look at that again. If you don't remember, contemplate and reflect, and you may find that again. You're welcome, Christine. Don't second guess. Focus within. Jessica Martin. You are wondering if who you see out of the corner of your eyes are guides. Yes, they are. More than likely, however, they may or may not allow you to see them fully. Mostly because it's like sometimes that can complicate things. They're allowing you to see them out of your corner of your eye so that you know that they are there and that they are assisting you. When you notice them, go within, close your eyes and go within and say hello. If you're able to make contact that way, that will actually be more beneficial to you than technically seeing them fully. Here's what I'm going to do. I realize that you've also asked, where are you from? So from now on, I'm just going to say you're from the cosmos. And here is the reason for that. As you can imagine, my actual name is not Gideon. And when I was channeled on this planet before and I used a different name, that's not my actual name either. And why is it that I do not share my actual name? It's very, very simple. Because my actual name is not pronounceable here. I do understand you utilize the language of this world like English, or if you speak German or French or whatever, and you utilize labels to understand things and to express things and to explain things. But it doesn't matter if you have the name of where you are from or not. You know you are a starseed. As a starseed, you come from a fifth or sixth dimensional world out in the cosmos somewhere, whether it is this galaxy or some other galaxy in this universe. You are here on an earth-based assignment, a mission, if you will, to help transform this world. When you are done with this incarnation and you go to the temple and you reclaim your body and you are awakened, you will know exactly where you are from. You will know exactly what your name is. You will know everything about yourself. Okay? I tell you this because I don't want you to waste time with questions that we are not going to answer. So if you ask the question, if I have guidance for you, I will simply answer it with, yes, follow your heart. Now let us see. Marcia, is your physical body okay? You simply need to take care of your physical body more. You always plan on doing that, but don't generally do that as well as you should. Maja, you are asking, could I please tell you more about coronavirus spreading in northern Italy? There is a small spiritual community with many of your soulmates, and you are wondering how this will affect them. Because of the economy problems, visits are forbidden, etc. Do I know how this will unfold and how long the situation is going to last? The coronavirus is man-made. It is not an aberration. It is generally not affecting those who are healthy or those who are young. It is having the biggest impact on those who have health problems. The main purpose of the coronavirus is twofold. On one side of the coin, it was to create fear, but it was allowed to expose certain things, shall we say. It was also designed by certain ones to attempt to interfere in a particular country. However, having said that, the truth be told, the coronavirus is no more dangerous than the common flu. Many people are acting as though it is something horrendously bad. And yet the coronavirus will not even kill anywhere near as many people who have already died during this current flu season from the flu. Do not worry or place worry or fear into this. Rather, make sure you look after yourself and make sure that those that you communicate with and interact with are looking after themselves. And do not go into fear. Romaine, similar question. What about antidepressants? Do they shut you down spiritually? Sometimes, not always. However, if one is unable to handle things without medication, then being on medication is better than not. Discernment is vitally important, but at the same time, doing the right things for you, both physically and spiritually, is very important. Gabriella, do you have any guidance for your son Leo? Yes, Leo needs to trust himself more than listening to other people. It's fine to listen to other people. It's not fine putting more stock in what they say over what he is said within himself. Very important. Karen Gower, is it not the goal of all incarnated here to fully return to the light? If this is inevitable, why do the dark ones fight so hard to stay dark? You know the dark provides lessons for us enough already. We get it. I'm going to actually combine that with the next question from Gabriella. Are all star seeds good? It is not the goal that all incarnated goes back to the light, because not all incarnated are from the light. I am going to focus on star seeds, though, because the native human population, this is all they know, is the third dimensional reality of this world. They have never been to the fifth dimension. They have been to the near realms, which is technically fourth dimensional space, but they haven't actually been to the true fourth dimension, or the fifth dimension, or the sixth dimension. This is all they know. So as far as the star seeds go, there is this. This grand cycle is complete free will choice. As such, there are beings of light and beings of darkness here. Beings of darkness believe that in order to evolve, there needs to be chaos, conflict, all sorts of things like this. Those of light believe that order and rules and doing certain things step by step is the only way to evolve. So they have this little bit of a conflict. There are beings of darkness incarnated on this planet as starseeds who are working just as hard as those of light for the evolution and ascension of this project. They are of darkness, but I do not classify them as being bad per se. It simply is. You see, for myself, Gideon here, I do not serve the light. I do not serve darkness. I serve source. There is a difference. Now, those of darkness, such as these incarnated who are part of these, what you term 13 families, trying to destroy this world and truly enslave it. You might say that they are not good, but they too are doing what they believe is the best thing for this world, but more importantly for this universe. They still believe that. So it is not inevitable or inevitable that everyone is going to be going into the light, because they don't. There is light and there is darkness. And when you actually get to the end of that road, which takes a long time, by the way, you don't end up in light or darkness. You end up in a place of balance. There is the difference. Excellent questions. Teresa, that is correct. Trust the plan. Sherry, you are connected, but through past lives. Kellyanne, you see tons of races and travel to different planets. You just don't understand what the purpose of this is, and you have tons of keys. You just don't understand it's like a puzzle. It is like a puzzle. And it's very, very important putting the puzzle pieces into place, following the clues. So I'm going to suggest to you that you reflect. I would also suggest to you that when you are experiencing these things, that you write them down so that you can refer to them later. And if you do this, and if you start reflecting on these different things, you can begin to see the clues. And when you see the clues and you start putting them together, pictures will form. And you'll discover many different things. Just a suggestion. Good. Fiona, the last few nights have been quite eventful for yourself. You could say that. You can see and feel a change to particular armor that you use, that to you is new, but can I tell you if it has always been there, or has this been recently changed due to circumstances of what you are doing on the other side? The armor that you are currently utilizing in things that you are doing on the other side has always been yours. It has not been necessary to utilize it, but due to certain directives and choices that have been made, going from something that was fairly new to something that is very ancient, the armor that you currently have now, there is no greater protection that an individual can have. You will also find that if you focus on it, that there is a particular energetic charge to it as well. So it's not new. Let's just say that the one you know of as Moshene put forth a directive in your time frame approximately 5 days ago. Perhaps that'll be something for you to work through. You do have your agency after all. Gina Johnston, follow your heart. Yes, Amanda, you might say, riddle me this. Lucy, your daughter saw a guide. It is her guide. It is fine. Nevix, you actually know more than you think of, or more than you realize. Know this, you're on the right path. Gabriella, your gift is within your heart. Danielle, you're from the cosmos. Nevix, you say that you cannot connect third eye. I would say focus on your heart, because that is where the true connection resides. Danielle, you're wanting to know if you will have your own storefront or local shop by the end of this year. There is a potential for that. It depends upon you. You need to focus more on believing in yourself, believing in your own heart and guidance, and trusting in your discernment. If you do that, the potential will definitely increase. Isha Crane, can I please explain quantum time from 3D time? Third dimensional reality time is linear. It is like a straight line. So a previous incarnation is classified as a past life. Whereas in the quantum, it is circular time. Time does not work the same in the quantum, in the fifth dimension. In the fifth dimension, we are operating in a manner similar to linear time, but different. If I were to look back at, say, an incarnation you had 700 years ago in China, because you lived in China 700 years ago, and I tuned into that life, I would view it as though you were actually living that life right now in this moment. That is because I'm able to do that, because here is linear time. It is like a straight line. But in circular time, we still move from point A to point B. But at the same time, it is also different. It is not a concept that is easily explained, and I do apologize. That is the best explanation that I have at this time. I will work on seeing if I can get a better explanation for it. But one thing that you must understand is there are certain limitations with regards to channeling, because in this incarnation, although he loves science, his mind is not overly scientific. So there are certain aspects of that is more difficult to bring through. But I hope that that will give you some idea or some indication, shall we say. Teresa, everyone says you talk in a strange language when you sleep. Is it your star seed language? Well, it is a universal language, so I guess you could say it's your star seed language. Excellent. I will send you some energy soon. Jessica wanting to know what you are supposed to do in this life. That will be revealed to you in divine time. Don't rush. Everything will happen as it needs to happen. Yes, there are dark star seeds. Nevix, just focus more fully on your own heart center and connecting there. From there, other things can blossom and open up. Teresa, you are already doing those things. I do apologize if I have not been able to get to your question, but we have come to a point where I need to complete this now. I need you to understand something, each one of you. You are truly embraced in the love of all from Source. We are here, we are assisting you, and in service to each one of you. Never forget that. And remember one last thing. No matter what happens, do not move into fear. And as much as you can, have a laugh. Tomiete, yanoroto, kialaprata etare, yamatoro kotoshia, yamarato mahite.